everyone. Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage with this week's Business Leadership in 15 Minutes. I really enjoy doing these lives each week because I like to keep it real. I like to cover trends that are happening that I'm discussing with my clients and fellow business owners. And I do this for two reasons. One is, for you to be able to shift your perspective or your vantage about your business and then turn it into your competitive advantage. And the second thing is for you to take one action item away that you can implement. And we do this each week in 15 minutes. So if you find this valuable, please share it. Let's help another business owner or leader out. I believe in paying it forward, and we can always learn from each other. So this week's topic is the benefits of unplugging and unwinding. So when we think about, unplugging or unwinding, there could be a couple of different things that you think about. Like, wow, this could be really hard to do because we are really connected with so many people, much further, right, than we could ever be or even think of in years ago with technology. So how do you unplug when you're running a business or you're a leader in the business? And how do you let go, for even a short period of time? Well, this actually happened to me this past weekend. I was really looking forward to it. So when you think about it, I don't know what your experience has been with, unplugging from technology, but I would love for you to share it in the comments, if you're willing to. But this past weekend, my husband, Tony, and I went to a wedding weekend in New Hampshire. And I was so excited because I had all of my children with me there. One of my youngest flew in from another state, and it was nice to have all of them together. So we stayed at a cabin. It was beautiful. It was rustic. It was in a wooded area, very, very scenic, but it was without TV or internet. And I have to say that we all had a wonderful time. Now, to be transparent here, I have to tell you that I did bring my computer, and my reason for doing it was just in case. There was internet in the main building, and it made me feel better during the 3.5 hour ride, knowing that if I needed my computer, my laptop, I had it there. But the funny thing is, I never opened it. It didn't even come out of the case. And that surprised me. So the weekend was filled with lots of activities, such as golf. There was a beach and there was a bonfire on the beach one night, fishing, games, such as cornhole and table games. And the cabins were really equipped to unplug because they had loads of books there and board games. But I have to say that my favorite thing about this weekend, as far as activities, was the front porch and the rocking chairs that were on the front porch. There must have been a half a dozen of them. And what a view of the property. So just sitting on the front porch and rocking in these rocking chairs, we really just enjoyed it. And everyone agreed how relaxing it was. We talked, we laughed, and we joked around all weekend long. And I didn't miss a television at all. So I started thinking about the benefits of unplugging, that the weekend that we had, it was really good because we all got to unwind from the day to day. That was really like the benefit. And we really didn't realize how reliant we were on technology until we unplugged. And I don't know about you, but for many people, what's the first thing that you do in the morning or the last thing before going to sleep at night? When you think about it, usually it's around some form of technology. It could be for many people, it's check your phone, right? Check the weather, check the news update, or check emails, or turn on a television. You want to keep up with the latest news. You want to be informed. You want to be connected in some way. And it was nice not doing that. So as a group, we found unplugging to unwind very, very helpful. We all agreed that we slept better and we actually slept longer. We had more energy when we woke up and we were clear headed when we woke up. It wasn't, a groggy kind of wake up. The funny thing is time seemed to slow down. We didn't feel that we were operating or moving at this really fast pace. Like we had to get so much done within a certain time period. So it just seemed like time slowed down. Everyone was in a really good, upbeat mood, and we really enjoyed the human connection. So it was just so enjoyable. So, I did some research on unplugging because I knew that I would find something, but I wanted to validate because I was curious about everything that we felt. So, doing this research, I discovered that there's actually a national unplug day during the first week in March. And I get it. Unplugging is hard, right? In our highly connected world. But there are several reasons that are worth giving it a try, even if it's just for a little while, right? Maybe you don't have to do the whole entire weekend, but maybe try it for a day or so. And these reasons are really beneficial. They include mental health, social well being, right? And really these benefits that can be critical to your overall happiness and quality of life. So here were the reasons that I found. Mental health. Studies have been found, right, that there's a correlation between anxiety, stress, and a greater use of devices like your smartphones and your TVs. So when you also consider that there is definitely a well-established link between social media and depression and mental health. When you think about it, mental health issues, that the mental health benefits of taking some time offline really start to become clearer, right? And then the other thing is more time. And this was something that we felt using the internet or your phone as a way to unwind, and we do that from time to time. You want to unwind a little bit or you want to connect with others. It's really a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it could be a way to, well, it could be very easy to procrastinate, right? The things that we need to do or we should be doing or focusing on that we want to avoid, it's so easy to just kind of, get distracted. And we could waste hours doing that. So if you unplug occasionally, you can use the time to get things done. It could be maybe something around the house, it could be a hobby. And I don't want you to get the feeling that I mean that you have to be productive every moment of the day, right? You have to be constantly productive. That's not what I'm saying. But when you think about having a little extra time in an already busy schedule, it's nice to have that to cut back on the tech and be able to have a little bit of extra time. The next thing was better sleep. So we all know the importance of a good night's sleep, right? It can really do a lot for your body, for your health. But your tech can get in the way of that. It can really upset your sleep cycle. Specifically, the screens can affect your ability to fall asleep because most screens emit the blue light, which our brain connects with daylight. And that throws off our sleep rhythms and the sleep time hormones. So there also runs the risk, right, that you can be distracted when you're reading news or social media posts before bed, and now you're thinking about those things. So it can really be a distraction for you getting a good night's sleep. Now, you can turn some of these features off, do not disturb mode, things like that, but you can't completely, you know, eliminate if you're on the phone or on a device before bedtime. And the last one was reconnecting with life. And for me, this was like the human connection part that we all felt. So while we all have this idea of community, right, being online, when we shift it into the reality of offline, right, life, there is evidence that disconnecting from the technology can really help your life become richer and fuller. And that's really important, right? Fulfillment is important. That's what we're all looking for. So there have been several studies in different settings that found that just your just a presence of a cell phone can really have a negative impact on the quality of connection and conversation. Just knowing that that cell phone is there, right? At a restaurant, at a table, you're in a coffee shop, whatever, even at a meeting, just knowing that that cell phone is right there and seeing it there can really affect the quality of that connection. So the research that I found really backed up everything that we were experiencing over the weekend. And I'm curious if any of you have experienced positive or negative, share it in the comments with unplugging, because I'd be curious to know what your experience has been. But the studies really did align with what we experienced. And, I really believe that taking the time to unplug or unwind is really a great way for us to grow personally. And when we grow personally, it makes us better business owners and leaders. So there's always takeaways from every experience. And this one for me is taking time to unplug and to unwind brought us together as a family. It brought us closer together as a family. And everyone seemed to be more compassionate, interested in conversations, supportive, relaxed. And it was even okay. We were able to agree that we disagree on certain things. So the benefits were really so good that unplugging is something that I plan to do on a regular basis. So again, share your experience, what it's been, if you have ever tried that to unplug, maybe how long it lasted for you, or you might be able to even share a funny story. So if you find this valuable, please share it with another business owner. Paying it forward is always a good thing. And I look forward to next week's Business Leadership in 15 Minutes. So everyone, here is to an enjoyable week.